Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose is back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. It is main event time at Survivor Series War Games, as it is the men's War Game match. As it is, the team Brawling Brutes, which was Sheamus, Ridge Holland, Butch, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens, as they took on the entire bloodline. Sami Zayn, Solo Sikoa, the undisputed tag team champions, the Usos, and of course the undisputed Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. Whew. I knew this match would be good, but man, the story that it told was just, it was so great. We gonna get to the ending, because we got to talk about that. The ending is probably the most important thing about this match, because the ending will tell you everything you need to know. But as you know I do, highlight the beginning of the match, or the beginnings and middles, whatever you want to call it. So the two men to start this match was Jey Uso versus Butch. So they do the 5-minute intervals, and then after the 5 minutes up, the next man will come. Now again, the Brawling Brutes got the advantage. So the next person that come up was from the Brawling Brutes. Now I kind of spoiled the ending in my first video, where I said that the teams that won, won the advantage for the War Games match, they didn't win at all. Yeah, I already told you who won, but let me tell you how we got there. Can I tell you that? Good. Let me tell you how we got here. All right, so I said Jey Uso and Butch start the match. 5 minutes roll by, boom. Next person comes up. It is Ridge Holland, Ridge the Fridge, as Sheamus called him, Ridge the Fridge. So it's the Brawling Brutes just beating up on Jey Uso. Jey Uso damn near don't have a hand to go because Butch is just stretching his fingers out crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's a thing. Now, the next person that's to come out, it was supposed to be Jimmy. Roman held him like, nah, fall back. Sami, go out there. And here's where things get interesting, because now it'll be the Brawling Brutes, Jey Uso, and Sami. So now this is where Sami's true loyalty begins, because on SmackDown, Kevin Owens approached Sami, and he pretty much told him, you know, it's best to turn on a bloodline before they turn on you. You know, pretty much setting the seeds out. And then you see Jay in the background listening, and then he walked up to Sami. He asked him, he was like, did you talk to anybody? And Sami was like, no. He's like, you sure? He was like, nah, I didn't talk to anybody, I just got here. So he pretty much lied to Jay. Then Jay, earlier in the show, approached Roman. He was like, yo, Sami lied to me, man. He said that he didn't talk to Kevin Owens, but he talked to Kevin. I can't trust Sami, man. I can't trust him. Then Roman was like, all right, I got this. I'll talk to Sami. I'll see if he tells me the truth. Sami and Roman have a conversation. Sami literally told Roman the truth, like full-blown the truth. He told him that Kevin Owens approached him, and Kevin Owens talked to him. Sami just listened, which he did. Sami just sat there and listened. And he said he wanted to tell Jay because he didn't want to put a lot on Jay's plate. Because imagine if he told Jay, you know how unstable Jey Uso is. Like, so obviously it was just like, you know what I'm saying? So Roman was like, all right, cool, you know. fast forward back to the match. It was Sammy and Jay versus the Brawling Brutes for 3 minutes. And just so much tension. Even though Sammy saved Jay in one instance, he was like, I got you. Regardless, Jay was just, Jay just didn't care. Next person up. Okay. Next person up was Drew McIntyre. So now Drew McIntyre and the Brawling Brutes versus Sammy and Jay. And Drew McIntyre just having his way, doing what he wanted. Next person up was Jimmy. And Jimmy decided to bring a little bit of weapons into it. But more preferably a table. Yeah, more preferably he brought a table. So as Jimmy was in there, he was talking to Jay and Sammy. He's like, yo, we gotta stay together. We gotta stay together. And Jay's just angry. Like, he's just angry at Sammy because I guess he found out that Sammy lied to him, obviously. And then Jay's just angry. He's pushing Sammy. Sammy pushing him back. Like, these two are just going at it. And Jimmy in the middle just like, yo, calm down, calm down. This ain't the time. This is not the time. We got to get focused. We need to win this match. And then from there, it's just, well, let's see what Sammy's going to do, things like that. Next person up was Kevin Owens, who had a tribute to Dusty Rhodes. Honestly, I don't know why, but listen, I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. He even had the red elbow pad that Dusty always had on his elbow. So I thought that was pretty cool. Had a Dusty Rhodes shirt and all that. And Kevin Owens didn't go in alone. He actually brought a couple chairs with him into the ring. So boom. So now it's a 4-on-3 advantage. Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, and the Brutes taking out the Usos and Sami Zayn. Coming up next was Solo. And, Solo just did, Solo's my guy. Like, I bang with Solo. Solo's my guy. Ever since he came to the main roster, he's looked like a beast. So I appreciate that. Next person up was Sheamus. And Sami Zayn blocked the door for Sheamus to not get in. But, of course, Sheamus was going to get in, obviously. Sami Zayn ain't strong enough to hold that door on Sheamus. And then last but not least, out came the Tribal Chief. Got in the ring. Ding, ding, ding. And the match started. And from there, we saw a lot of things. We saw 50 beats of the Bowery. You know how Sheamus does 10 beats of the Bowery? Well, Sheamus had one guy. Drew had another. Kevin, Ridge, and Butch each had a guy. And they just did 10 beats of the Bowery. Just wailing on everybody. The combined sound sounded like a stapler. Like, you know how a stapler sounds when you staple something. That's literally how it sounds. If you actually play as Sheamus or have the move 10 beats of the Bowery in 2K, the sound sounds like a stapler. Like wholeheartedly. It literally sounds like a stapler. Like, it's funny. Even Kevin Owens, as he was doing his version of 10 beats of the Bowery, he hit the bionic elbow on I think he hit it on Jay, which I don't know who he had, but he hit the bionic elbow on one of them. I thought that was a nice touch. And then from there, we saw a couple things before we got to the main event, or to the ending. Solo Sikoa saved Roman Reigns from a bro kick. I was like, ooh, okay. And then a little bit of friction. Jimmy, I think, was going for, Butch. Yeah, was he going for Butch? No, he was going for Butch. Jimmy was gonna hit a super kick on Butch. Instead, hits it on Sammy. And he just stared at him. He wasn't even surprised. He wasn't shocked. Like, he just looked at him like he was breathing. And he just looked at him. And Jimmy looking at Jay. And then he's looking at Sammy. He about to help Sammy. Jimmy Jimmy about to help Sammy. Jay Forget it. Let's handle business. And Jimmy's just like, I need to help my boy. I need to help this guy out. He woke him up a little bit. But then they had, well, before they even handled Butch, Ridge came in and started handling business until Usos, boom, double super kick. Then Roman, boom, a spear through the table. Ridge was taken out. And then they had Butch on the top rope. They went for a top rope 1D. So they took Butch out. Then you see on the other side, Solo with a spinning solo to Drew McIntyre through the table. And here we are at the ending of this match. So, everybody was laid out except Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. And they started tussling for a little bit. Both of them giving blows to each other. Roman hits a Superman punch. Looking for a spear. Kevin Owens counters. He was going for a stunner, countered that. Then until eventually Kevin Owens was able to hit a pop-up powerbomb, get him up, stunner, game over. It's over. Kevin Owens is about to pin Roman Reigns. Got him hooked. 1, 2. Here comes Sami Zayn. He doesn't even break up the pin. He stops it. Stops the ref from counting. And then from there, they lock eyes. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they lock eyes. It was a hard stare. Kevin Owens was like, this is not your family. This is not your family. Sami Zayn, like, this is, I'm part of the bloodline. Like, they just staring at each other hard, looking at each other hard. And Kevin Owens say, it's not my family. And here comes Jay with a super kick, like almost a blindside super kick. Kevin Owens stops it. And as Kevin Owens is holding Jay's leg, Sami Zayn, boom, low blow. The crowd actually reacted to that. I was like, oh, wow. And I think they booed as well, but they definitely reacted to that. And as Sami Zayn's looking at Kevin, Kevin's in the corner. Sami looks at Roman. He's like, you can trust me. I'm with you. Roman's like, yeah. So Sami Zayn goes in the corner, runs up to Kevin, boom, haluva kick. He's holding KO up. KO didn't fall. He's holding him up. Then you see Jay just holding himself up. And Sami's just looking at him. He drops Kevin Owens. He says, he's yours. Jay takes a second to breathe, but doesn't hesitate after that. Goes up top. Boom. Uso splash. 1, 2, 3. The Bloodline win. Didn't see that finish coming. Happy that it happened, though, because now there's such a broader story. Because now Sami Zayn has been accepted. Not only by Roman, not only by Jimmy, but Jey Uso embraced Sami Zayn right here. He embraced him. So now, what happens now? What happens next? Because usually it's like, well, your biggest doubter, once your biggest doubter actually goes, you know what? You all right. Once he starts accepting you, that's when the plan kind of just falls into place. Because maybe Kevin Owens' advice will click into Sami, and he actually might start dismantling the bloodline one by one. Only time will tell. We'll see what happens. But I'm intrigued now. Jey Uso has finally accepted Sami Zayn. The bloodline has accepted Sami Zayn entirely. Question is now what happens? Well, the Royal Rumble at this point in time is in a month and a half. Roman needs a challenger. Will it be Kevin? Will it be somebody else? Only time will tell. But I am here for it. Yes. And that was Survivor Series War Games, the review. Again, all the matches except one made this a damn good pay-per-view. This was a very great pay-per-view. One of the best of the year. Hands down. But until then, it's been Rose, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love support, as always. In 2 weeks, we got NXT Deadline with an interesting concept. Once the week of Deadline comes, we'll talk about it. And it should be good as always. You already know what it is. But until next time, peace, love, 100. Here.